It's wonderful to have you with us, and I know you have a very powerful story to share. So, Chantel, where would you like to start?
I was molested from a very small age. 3 years.
Yeah.
My mom put bath water in a bucket. That time it was still the bucket systems and all
Sure.
that. My mom put
A
the water
vasbom.
in the vascom,
Yeah.
yes. So I accidentally put my foot in the water and I burned. My mom and my stepdad rushed me to the hospital. When I was at the hospital, the doctors told my parents that now they're going to keep me for overnight observation.
Okay.
Just to come and find out there was this male doctor that examined where he's not supposed to examine. And at that time, it was not on my mind. So as I grew up, that's where I got the understanding from. From the age of 3. After that, it was my stepfather. He would fetch me from school. There's one day he fetched me from school. He parked the car in a designated area, and he did what he did. He took me home as if nothing happened. I told my mom, she just brushed it off.
She brushed it off.
And at that time, I was 6 years old.
Yeah.
When I was 9 years old, my mom lived with another guy. So she went into labor. So this guy made us lay on his bed. I had to sleep by the feet. This guy played with his toes inside of me. I got up and I went to go and sit in the kitchen. And I was sitting and crying there. When my mom came, I told her.
You told her.
She brushed it off. The same thing happened between the ages of 10 and 12. My own grandfather did exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
And he did it repeatedly. Then at the age of 15,
Oh, Chantel.
it was a family friend. He asked me to date him. So I told him, no, you're way older than what I am. So I cannot. Okay, fine. He accepted it and what. This day he just decided to come home when my mom was not there. I told him, listen here, my mom's not here, but I'm on my way to fetch my little sister from school. He's like, okay, let me go with you, then we can go fetch movies at my place, and then we can go. I had no problem. We went to fetch my sister, we went to his place. As we were walking, I asked him, who's at home? He said, no, it's his brother and his brother's wife. I had no problem, because there was people in the house. When we got to the house, he unlocked the doors and unlocked the burglar. I'm like, you said there's people, but why is the door
It's
locked?
locked, yeah.
He said, no, maybe they're sleeping or something like that. He gave an excuse. I was sitting on the dining room couch in the lounge with my little sister. He gave us some juice to drink. So I told him my juice is finished. He said, no, take the glass, just put it in the sink for me. Okay, I got up, and that day I just came from school. I got up and I put the glass in the sink. My sister was sitting and watching TV. As I come out of the kitchen, the bedroom. As I came out of the kitchen, he pushed me to the bedroom. And he told me, if you just scream, you'll see what's going to happen. So I had to endure 2 hours of pain. This guy even gave me a towel to wipe myself. I just went to the bathroom, I rinsed my face, I took my sister and I left. When my mom came, I told her what happened. So she's like, what happened? I explained to her the situation. So she asked me, what do you want to do? So I told her, I'm going to the police station now. So, yeah. And that's everything that I spoke to my husband about. Just to come find out that he throws it back in my face.
Yeah.
And that hurt me a lot.
Of course.
I actually just stayed with him because I did not want my kids to grow up without the father. Like I did. got married when I was 17 years old.
Wow. Who signed permission for that? Because you're underage at that.
Exactly.
At that
So my
stage.
mom was trying to protect him.
Yeah, okay.
She told me, either you going to let her finish her school, or we can send you to prison for...
Statutory rape.
Yes.
How old was he?
He was about 20-something.
Oh, Chantel.
So, as time progressed, he became abusive and stuff like that. So I had my one daughter, who is 10 years old now. I thought things will be getting better and stuff like that. So recently, okay, the abuse happened long ago, but recently it got worse.
So you've been with this person for
10
close
years.
to 10 years, or 10 years?
10 years exactly.
Okay.
So during that time, I told myself, okay, at the moment I'm not working. I finished my school and stuff like that. So life went on. So recently, okay, I had my daughter, my second born, in 2018.
Okay.
During my pregnancy, this guy would beat me up and tell me, you have to go look for your child's father and stuff like that. One day, we had an argument about this very same thing. I just turned my back. This guy hit me with the fist on my back while I was pregnant. So there were some blood spots. I went to the doctor. They referred me to the hospital. He was on his way to work. So when I phoned him and told him, listen here, you have to come home because I'm bleeding. I have to go to hospital. He's like, so now what must I do because I have to go to work? I'm like, oh, okay. So then I'm going to tell them what happened. The guy rushed home. He took me to the hospital. We stayed at the hospital. Like overnight, I went home. When the baby was born, okay, it was excitement and stuff like that. Then it happened recently. We had an argument. I was busy standing here and cooking. He told the kids were playing on the mat, he was sitting there on the couch. He told the kids, you know what? One day I'm going to kill your mother. I just looked at him, I turned around and I walked out. Now, you know, my biggest mistake was I explained to him what my background was, where my traumatization comes from. So whenever there was an argument, he would throw it forward.
He used that as ammunition against you.
Yes.
Was that the hardest time of your life?
It was, you know what? It was the hardest decision I made.
Yeah.
Because this guy took me out of my mother's house.
Yeah.
And I have to go and live now in a place of safety. Just because of him.
Yeah. So you were diminished in your whole relationship. He didn't respect you. It was as if you had no place.
He was an oppressor.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
I was the oppressed.
You were the oppressed. So I wonder now, right? Because we're looking for your hope and where you're going from here on. So in this healing process, are you finding your voice again? Are you finding your strength again?
I definitely am, because I get my strength from my kids.
Yeah.
Because they are the things, they are the reason I live today. And they are the reason I left there. Because they were going to grow up without a mom.
Yeah. They say it takes, on average, 7 attempts for a woman to leave.
I know.
You know.
I tried that many times, but then I was like, my child is going to grow up without a father and stuff like that. More or less like my situation. So I did not want that for her.
Yeah.
So that's why I stayed in the relationship until I decided enough is enough.
So there's a woman now who's sitting, she's pregnant, or she's got her first 2, 3 children, but the relationship is abusive.
Yes.
And she, like you were, was being oppressed. What do you say to her? What hope do you give to her?
Okay, the only advice I can give to her is that she has to stay strong, and she should never, ever, if a guy tell her she's useless, she's this or that, she should show him to say, I'm going to show you I'm not useless. I've got 2 hands, because that's what my husband did to me. He would tell me I'm useless and stuff like that. You saw my daughter, my other daughter's at school. In the morning, in the morning I get them ready for school.
Yes.
I come back, I clean the house.
Yeah.
I start cooking because he works night shift. By 3:30 he's leaving.
Yeah.
So I have to make sure there's food and everything for him. I spoiled this guy too much. So he took advantage of that.
So your message is, don't believe what they're
they
telling
say.
you.
Yes.
You are not useless.
Because you are going to fail yourself at the end of the
Exactly.
day. And if she needs help, there's a lot of help out there.
There's a lot of help out there.
She can even go to the nearest social workers.
Okay.
If she doesn't have a place to stay, they can assist her. And even if she feels that her life is in danger, they can assist her as well.
So don't keep quiet
Yes,
either.
they
Make
should
sure
not
that you
keep
ask
quiet.
for help.
Yes, even if it's at the nearest social workers. But I prefer the social workers because that's where you actually get help from.
Okay.
Because that's where I got my help from.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm in a place of safety.
Thank you for sharing your story. Thank you.
Even though it's heartbreaking.
It
so,
is.
Yeah.
But you know what? I think when we share our stories, you're getting healed a little bit more and more. And you're healing me a little bit more and more. And you're healing somebody who's watching a little bit more